check out the playlists and the videos that are linked in the description box. But otherwise, let's just begin. So lay down on your back. You don't need any props for this practice. And this is assuming that you've just gotten out of bed. Muscles are probably a little bit achy. So we're just gonna start by drawing our knees in towards the belly. And you might stay, still here, or you might find it really nice to just rock a little bit side to side, massaging your lower back. Just take a few breaths here to just connect and notice how you feel this morning. And practicing yoga in the morning can be a really great way to kind of set the tone for the day ahead. So what kind of day would you like to have right now? If there was one word that you could use as your intention for the day, what would it be? And with your hands on your knees, you might widen them a little bit more so that they're going more towards your shoulders and your armpits. And then you can just make some very gentle movements. So moving the knees away from you and then bringing them back in, kind of like this little pumping motion. And the knees can go wide and out. There's really no right or wrong way to do this one. Just get some movement through the pelvis, checking out to see what's going on this morning. And we'll bring our feet back down to the mat with the knees bent. And you can cross your right ankle over the top of your left thigh. Keep that foot flexed, and maybe this is enough. Or you can reach through with your arms and draw your left knee in towards your belly. So taking your reclined pigeon pose, stretch, shrug your shoulders down and away from your ears, relax your head, relax your neck. Give it one last little squeeze. And then the left foot comes back to the floor. Stretch your right leg up towards the sky and maybe hold on to either the back of the hamstrings or the back of the calf and flex your foot and then point your foot. And do that a few times here, alternating. Just noticing what kind of tension might be present here. Slow, steady breaths in and out through your nose. And then bend into the knees so that both feet can be flat to the floor. Push into your heels and lift up to your bridge pose. Squeeze your inner thighs together so your knees stay directly over your ankles. Dig down through your heels to lift your pelvis up even higher, strengthening your lower body. Exhale, roll and unwind from this one. Let's cross the left ankle over the top of our right knee, maybe hanging out here, or going further by pulling your right knee into your belly. So you do need a little bit of arm strength here, but we don't want it to be too much. Not trying to strain or overwork. Give it one last squeeze before setting your right foot down and straighten your left leg up towards the sky. Hold on to the back of the leg wherever feels the most appropriate for you here, and just alternate between flexing and pointing. So really targeting the entire back of that left leg. Coming back into our bridge pose, feet flat to the floor, knees are hip width distance apart. Push and lift up. Squeeze in through your inner thighs. See if you can lift and squeeze your glutes a little bit more before slowly coming down inch by inch, and just widen your feet here and let your knees drop side to side in a little windshield wiper motion. And let's come up to take a seat, so you can just rock up and bring one shin in front of the other. So right shin stacks in front, and we're just gonna fold forward. So lengthen out with your hands. You might keep your elbows lifted off of the floor. We're not here too long. But really try to lift out of the low back. Take a big breath in here. And then walk your hands forward so that you're lifted back up, and we'll take a twist. So left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. Open up your chest, maybe even looking over that right shoulder. Lift and lengthen a little more. And exhale, coming back through to center, and we'll switch sides. Left shin in front of the right one. Lift up tall and maintain this length as you reach your hands forward and fold. Totally normal for one side to feel a little bit more stiff than the other. But more important than the poses and the shapes that we're taking is the breath. So throughout these 10 minutes, breathe deeply all the way into your belly. Come back up, and we'll take a twist to the other side. So right hand to your left knee, open up wide, maybe looking over your left shoulder. And release, come back to center, tabletop pose. So from our tabletop pose, instead of having our hands directly underneath our shoulders, I'll ask that you walk your hands a couple inches forward, and then we're gonna tuck our toes under. Keep your spine nice and straight, and just see if you can lift the knees an inch or two off the floor. So this is your floating tabletop pose. Squeeze through your belly, take an inhale here, and as you exhale, just straighten your legs so that you're in your plank. Big inhale in plank. Exhale back to that floating tabletop pose. Inhale to hold, and now exhale, lift your hips up